Hi Libra and Libra Rising, here's your horoscope for September 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we're in that weird wonky energy that I talked about at the beginning of 2024. And so we had a very powerful supermoon on August the 19th, which was in Aquarius, which lit up your fifth house of creativity right there. So things are really changing for many of you. So this reading is for anyone who has a sun sign in Libra or a rising sign in Libra. This is a general tropical Western astrology whole house system reading. Again, it's very general because I don't have everybody's birthday and everyone's birth chart is completely different. So as we begin the month of September, we have your ruler Venus in the sign of Libra, your sign in your first house of identity and self and motivation. So what happens when this occurs? For many of you, you're focused on your physical appearance. You're focused on relationships. You're focused on all kinds of partnerships at this moment. So you're thinking about either the past or the future or potential relationships. And that's what it means. But it's also about finding balance within yourself. Now, the second half of September, when the sun goes into your sign, it enters your first house, it will amplify that energy even more. But as we start off the month, we have the sun going through Virgo, the sign right before yours. And so it enters the 12th house. We tend to be more analytical. We worry a little too much more. And it's in the 12th house, which is limitations. We feel like we're stuck somewhere or we're working from behind the scenes in some capacity. That's what it signifies, okay? And later in the month, we'll also have Mercury entering this house. So we'll have a lot of energy in this 12th house, but this is also the house of spirituality and mysticism. So there's definitely spiritual practices that are involved. But the big news this month is really going to be the lunar eclipse that's going to light up the sixth house of health and service. And that's going to be on the 17th. And I will get into that because lunar eclipses can bring endings and completions. So as we see here, a lot of the planets are above the horizon, and there's a lot of focus on future direction, where you're going, partnership potential. But as we start off the month, we have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus right there. So there it is in stationary position before it goes completely retrograde. And so it's in the 8th house of deep psychological transformation, shared resources, sexuality. This is the house of psychology. And so we have to kind of revisit the past again because these four outer planets are basically holding us down to the past so we could look at things and understand them and realize them and move forward. Now, last month we had Mercury retrograde, which really, took us back into the past. But these outer planets, when they hold us down, they take a lot longer to show us things. So it could be like anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So Uranus is going to be retrograde in this 8th house for about 4.5 to 5 months, giving us an opportunity to reevaluate our beliefs, our financial picture, what we value, what we need to let go of, the psychological stuff that's going on that doesn't belong in our life anymore, understanding things at a deeper level that's going on with humanity. Okay, so Uranus is going to kind of, mix it up over here for the next 4.5 months. Then we also have Pluto backtracking into Capricorn for the last time in our lifetime, because Pluto takes 240 years to go around the sun, and this is the last time it will be in Capricorn, and it's in your 4th house. So what this is suggesting is the past once again, because the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house all represent the past. And so when Pluto enters this part, there's some sort of transformation that's taking place with your foundation. Real estate matters, your home, your family, your childhood experiences. So Pluto tends to really transform things at the deepest level. And it's in Capricorn, which represents karma. And so you're dealing with a lot of past issues. If it doesn't have anything to do with that, you'll see things related to your family, primarily the father figure, because Capricorn represents the father. But the 4th house represents the mother. So you might have issues with parents, Maybe they're getting on in age. Maybe they need to be going into a home. Maybe they need care. Maybe they need to move. Whatever it is in your own personal chart, this is going to be highlighted. But whatever it is, also emotions are going to play a major role this month, because the outer planets, not just the outer planets, but there'll be quite a few planets in water signs. And so this is going to bring out a lot of emotion and feeling in people. So this is just at the beginning of the month. But we also have the new moon in Virgo this month, right here. It's going to be at 11 degrees of Virgo. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. And so we see here another dynamic of spirituality or health matters are on the table. Now, it could be your health or it could be somebody else's health. Depends on your birth chart. But because we have a new moon lighting up the 12th house, this is about working from behind the scenes. This is about perfecting something in your spiritual life. This is about perfecting something in your personal life regards to health and diet and exercise, because Virgo is the sign of health. And it's the 12th house of endings as well. So this doorway will start to open with regards to endings, which means, changing jobs, which means moving away, which means people passing on, which means, changes in your environment as well, because the full moon on the 17th is going to really light up this area, and it will trigger that moon here in Virgo. So it'll be Virgo and Pisces access point that gets lit up. So this is the beginning stages of some sort of change that you have to start implementing. All right. There's nothing major affecting it except for karmic Saturn. And so karmic Saturn is saying, okay, have you been taking care of yourself? Okay. Have you been doing what you want to do? Okay. Have you been, trying your best to perfect things in your life? Okay. And it'll make you work hard at it, because Saturn is not an easy planet. It's the taskmaster. It forces you to do things the hard way in order to learn a valuable lesson. That's the mythology associated with Saturn, and it's in your 6th house of health and service. So the one thing I'm going to say is, even though it's a positive new moon, with regards to it being a new moon, a new cycle, Saturn will be in the picture going, okay, let's see how bad you want this. All right, let's make this happen. Let's focus your attention on health and service and your daily routine and your job. All of this stuff are on the table during this new moon. And so we also have late on the 4th into the 5th, Mars entering Cancer. Now here is Mars at the high point of your chart in the 10th house of career. So this has to do with your stature. It has to do with your status. It has to do with your home environment, because it's in Cancer. Cancer rules the home. But it primarily has to do with your purpose, your sense of purpose, your direction, being out in the public. And so when we have Mars at the high point here, we feel more adventurous and wanting to get out and explore and wanting to, progress our career forward in some way. And again, like I said, it could have something to do with real estate matters. It could have something to do with emotions and feelings, because Cancer is associated with feelings and emotions. And so this is going to be highlighted. Now, the thing about this one that's going to be tricky is Mars will be in Cancer for about 6 weeks or so. Then it'll go into Leo, into your 11th house. But then on December the 6th, it will retrograde and will go back into Cancer on January the 6th of 2025. So whatever you're starting here this month, okay, you will revisit again in January through February. So pay close attention to what you're doing and what you want and where you're going, because the themes that are being highlighted here this month will be revisited once again. And again, they are involving home, feeling, foundation, career, status, public works, government work, things pertaining to how you're seen in the public, because this is a very public house, the 10th house. Okay, so keep an eye on that. That Mars is going to, bring out a lot more passion in you as well. Now, Mercury enters Virgo on the 9th, right there. Now, Mercury in Virgo is very analytical. And so this is about perfecting everything at the smallest, minute level. Mercury in Virgo can be a bit OCD and obsessive about things. And it's in the 12th house of limitations. So you may find yourself, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I don't have anything in my, this is what Virgo does best, is analyze and then sort of critique. And it's very common. So again, realize the energy that's being activated at this time and just do the best you can, or work through it, or make adjustments accordingly, And that's what I'm suggesting here. But it's a great way to look at the small details and go, all right, I'll take care of that. Let's move on to something else, and you take care of it and then you move on. And that's how it works. Now, the big news, of course, is that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 17th. It will be at 25 degrees of Pisces against the moon here. The sun will be against the moon at 25 degrees of Pisces. It will be joined by Neptune. Now, this is huge because anytime we have a lunar eclipse, and we usually have twice a year, we have... But what we basically have is an energy that's coming to an end or completion. That's what lunar eclipses mean, a cycle that's come to an end. And that doorway opens up for the next 6 months or so. So whatever is occurring, it has to do with either your career, your health matters, your daily routine, your animals or pets, because the 6th house falls under this umbrella. This is the house of service to others. But primarily what I'm seeing here, it has a lot to do with your career, your direction, but also what you're doing on a regular basis. So something is about to change in that area of your life. Now, yes, health is going to be on the table here, no doubt about it. Now, it may not necessarily be your own health. It may be like a pet that's not doing well, or a family member, or somebody that's, doesn't want to be in this world anymore and they decide to check out. Because the energy is activating the 12th house of endings and service and health here, it could be a friend, an acquaintance, an idea, a concept that's no longer working for you that you've got to move on from. And so you will come to this realization about something, okay? Because that's what lunar eclipses are. They're realizations, completions, understandings of a cycle that just took place over the last, number of years. So here we have this realization in Pisces. And Pisces tends to dissolve. Pisces, tends to be very spiritual and mystical. And it tends to dissolve. So this is what the energy's like over the next 6 months in this part of your chart. Now, the sun enters Libra. Now you start feeling more empowered. This is the time of the year in the northern hemisphere where we have the spring equinox. So it enters your first house. And now you're feeling like I need a little more attention. I feel a little bit more motivated. I want to be around more people. I want to interact. And all of that is, right in line with the sun going through the first house. This is the house of identity and self and how others see you and how you see yourself. And so this is absolutely your time of the year to shine. So absolutely take advantage of it. At the same time, Venus will enter your ruler, Scorpio, second house of income and value. So now your attention is turned to either financial matters, investments, sexuality, because Scorpio is sexuality, or partnerships and sexuality. Maybe you're seeing someone and having a physical relationship. Or there's a potential for relationships or business relationships. Let's not discount that, where you're getting involved with some sort of business arrangement, with your company or your job or whatever it is you have going on. Okay. But the next 5.5 weeks or so, Venus will make its way through Scorpio. So this will be the 4th planet in a water sign. So here we have Venus, we have Mars in Cancer, we have Neptune in Pisces, and we have Saturn in Pisces. So we have 4 planets in water signs, making this a very emotional and sensitive time of the month. Okay, so because we have all that water in the chart. And last but not least, it's about finding balance on the 26th when Mercury enters Libra right there. And so Mercury in that first house is about centering yourself, finding balance, thinking about partnerships and relationships. So it enhances all of the energy of this first house. And in the sign of Libra, it's all about beautification. It's all about, fairness. It's all about peace. And this is the energy that's amped up in this first house. Okay, so there's the overview. If you like this presentation, you want to learn astrology, stand by for a short little presentation I have at the end of this video. And there are links down below for a free moon reading and numerology reading that you might enjoy. Anyway, have a great month, Libra, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hi, thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.